Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to share, it's a very rare occasion normally, except in VC's conference, we don't see 5 vice chancellors together. Okay. And it's a, in fact, I should congratulate Mr. Chairman, Professor Devi Prasad Juwadi. Another important aspect of this dais is you have vice chancellors from 3 important subjects. You have animal or veterinary sciences, we have from horticulture, we have from plant breeding and genetics, and natural resource management, myself. So you have a rare group of people which actually reflects the sustainability concept. Okay, so there is a saying, if many people they are from these 2 Telugu states, we never separated the veterinary and agriculture in our regular talk between whenever 2 farmers come together. We call it as in Telugu Padi Pantalu. Padi Pantalu means Padi means dairy and Pantalu means crops. So we haven't separated that in our regular say agricultural talks as far as the farmers are concerned. But unfortunately, that separation has taken place at the ICR level. Okay. Having said that, we have another important guest in the form of Venkat Narayana Garu. This is why I am saying it's an important. This I am a firm believer that so once my own daughter has asked, I was talking to her, why don't you choose agriculture as a science and as your career? She said that we have not been taught that at secondary and primary level. You have been asked us to study physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics. Then how come there will be an inspiration for us or ambition for us to choose agriculture as a career? So this is a very important deficiency. Actually, it is being debated at the ICR level and at the national level, including at the state level. Probably very shortly we may come with introduction of some courses in rural development and agriculture at the primary and secondary level, which actually addresses the sustainability concept. So otherwise it will be very difficult for us to take all the stakeholders together. So that's the reason why I said that the presence of Venkat Narayana Garu, Chairman, Gautam Model Schools, goes a long way in meeting the objectives of this seminar. And in addition to that, we have biotechnologists sitting on this dais who probably, why I am using probably is, it has to be in animal sciences and human life sciences, it has been proven, medical sciences, I would say, the role of biotechnology. But in agricultural sciences, I would believe that probably my senior colleague, Professor Shivanna, may accept that we are yet to get a breakthrough in terms of, there are some impediments, so on and so forth. Still we are struggling to transfer the genes, and few technologies are there which have to take shape. In the days to come, probably this plays a very important role in achieving this requirement. Now, having said that, coming to the sustainability of agriculture and biotechnology as well. Now, Dr. Devi Prasad has rightly said that population is increasing. We are going to touch something like 9 billion plus in this world. Now it has been projected that we require something like that 60% more food grains than what we have today to feed this population in the days to come. It's mind-boggling. At least few of us sitting on this dais may not be there by that time, but 2050. So it is you sitting here play a very important role in that context and in this backdrop. And why I am saying it's very important is, Green Revolution, when we had Green Revolution, we were luxurious in terms of natural resources. But today, we have a situation wherein we have water for, depleting water for agriculture and livestock farming, many a time people ignore. They say agriculture, but livestock is a very important component. Let me say that to produce 1 kg of beef, we require about 15,000 liters of water, as compared to 1 kg of rice, which requires 3,000 liters of water, which it itself is a huge what we consider. If you want to, when you are eating 1 kg, 1 apple, please keep in mind that you require 70 liters of water. Okay, so if you are consuming 1 kg of coffee, you require something like 8,000 liters of water you are consuming. So these are the mind-boggling figures we have. So water for irrigation and livestock farming, land for growing crops and grazing. Every day we hear that some or other land getting depleted, then soil degradation and limited nutrients. Why I am saying limited nutrients is fossil fuels are getting reduced. The production of fertilizers will be a huge energy intensive process. So this will also be an important aspect. Soil and water pollution, we are seeing dwindling biodiversity. This is another aspect which we have to be careful. And at the same time, there is a global awareness. As compared to us, the people who are monitoring us have become more aggressive to point out that the practices that are being followed by agricultural community are damaging the environment, and so they are projecting the negative aspects of our practice. And so it doesn't simply, they say that the agriculture community doesn't simply produce food, but there is also negative impact on climate, health and global ecosystems. So for all this, whatever I have said just now, the answer is sustainability, which is less understood, less documented, less, say what you call, the framework is still loose. Okay, so these things have to be debated. I hope that growth cannot be at the cost of natural resources. Every one of us sitting here accept that growth cannot be at the cost of natural resources, and must be made, in my opinion, personal opinion, and must be made as independent as possible as of natural resources. So this is the key issue which we look at. Now another important thing is, whenever we talk of sustainable agriculture, even today among the scientists ourselves and all that, we use many synonyms. We call it as organic farming, conventional farming. Okay, even industrial agriculture, they say it is a sustainable agriculture because they are following GAP or BMP, what they say that. So we are also doing a sustainable agriculture. And ecological farming, integrated plant production, climate smart agriculture today. So all that they group under sustainability concept. So keeping that in view, let me share here the sustainability classical example which I witnessed in the recent rainy season. We had very good rains in Telangana during this season, except 1 month for about 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks, we did not have a single drop of rain in August. Now all the crops, because of the normal onset of the monsoon, entire maize and a few other crops have been sown on time. And that maize crop which was sown on time has coincided in August with tasseling and silking. So entire maize crop in this state, nearly 80%, the yield reduction was not less than 50 to 60% because of that single stress that coincided. And whereas we were working in 2 villages, the farmers incidentally have sown the crop 15 to 20 days late, and they have escaped, and the yields were about 2.5 to 3 tons per acre as far as maize are concerned. And similarly soybean is also. So you can imagine the sustainability, how important at the ground level, what factors we have to take. Just simple time, the planting time has made a big difference with regards to sustainability. And another important thing is, in simple terms, when I say sustainable agriculture, following eco-friendly practices. But while practicing eco-friendly practices, you should monitor the inputs what we are using, whether it is machinery, whether it is water, soil, say other nutrients, fertilizer, etc. So the sustainability concept is an integration of all the components what my earlier speakers have spoken, though bringing them together. And here national, whether you take it as an international policy or a national policy or a agriculture policy or a state policy, all the CJIR institutes, ICR institutes, where state agricultural institutes have incorporated this sustainability concept into their research and education. And I am happy to also share with you that all the ICR institutes, all the state agricultural universities have brought out vision documents incorporating this sustainability concept in the recent past, after this sustainability concept has come into the shape. And another important thing is, what are the objectives, sustainability objectives? Say, for example, we have to clarify what is to be sustained and how long and at what level. For example, if you look at, in view of the India's large population, what we have, growing population, and for strategic reasons, food production goals have been synonymous with full food self-sufficiency. Now, let us take the state of Telangana after the formation, after the bifurcation. We have estimated, we had a Sarvajana survey wherein we have estimated that we have a population of about 3.63 crores, and we have estimated how much rice we require, pulses we require, oil seeds we require, eggs we require, meat we require, spices we require, everything, turmeric powder, chili powder, everything. And when we have estimated that, except rice, under food grains we have considered rice, because most of the population here consumes superfine rice, even at the, say, what you call lower level, below poverty line people as well. So we are comfortable in rice, but when you talk of pulses and oil seeds, 5 to 7 lakh tons deficit we have. Of course, at the national level also we have a similar scenario, but all other things also. So how to make up this deficit? How to introduce the sustainability concept into this while achieving those demand projections and so on. So these are the issues which we have to look at, say, when we are talking of the sustainable objectives will be governed by national and regional policies for agriculture in particular, the economy in general, and by the supply capacity of natural resource base. So we are very worried when we have to meet these two deficit, particularly pulse and oil seeds. What is our natural resource base? Basically, it is a rain-fed state. We do not have, say, what you call it, say, most of it is a semi-arid. Earlier we used to call United States as a rice bowl, but no more we call it as a rice bowl. And in fact, I would say that though I am with an agricultural background, this state has more suitability for horticulture, particularly dryland horticulture. It's a rising, say, growth engine, I would put it as. So these are the things which we have to look at. And another important thing is sustainability indicators. When sustainability indicators have to be looked at 3 levels, both at the farming situation level, at the, say, what you call watershed level, and as well as at the regional, national, and global level. Now, there should not be any negative trends there. You say, for example, if I am saying at the farming situation level, say the total factor productivity, the nutrient, soil nutrient balance, if there is a negative trend, then it cannot be called as a, say, what you call sustainability, positive sustainability indicator. So and when a technology is contributing to yields without affecting the natural resource base, then we say that the regression line, the trend line is positive, and it has a, say, what you call positive impact on that. And in the recent past, all of us know that, and probably demonetization is the only issue after the independence every citizen is discussing on daily basis. There wasn't any other say what call issue which was discussed by every citizen today except this demonetization. So now, keeping that in view, how much revolutionary changes have come in the society today with the ICT, information and communication technologies, and with the biotechnological tools, and all these things, how they are shaping our life and so on and so forth. Now, how these can contribute to the sustainability? How we can factor them into our sustainability concept? Say, for example, let me throw some challenges to this August gathering here for debate, so that at the end of the day we will come up with some field implementable, farmers adaptable technologies. For example, soil management. Is it possible without plowing? Is it possible today for us to grow crops? People in North America, South America, Australia, people are growing with calling it as conservation agriculture, thousands of acres under this technology. Is it practicable in our case? Is it possible today? Organic farming, can it feed the world? Can it feed a state? What are the issues required? Mineral fertilizers, many people call it as a blessing, our green revolution, or a curse. What are those things? Integrated nutrient management, biotechnology and genetically modified seed. We have very good technologies like marker-assisted breeding, smart breeding, genomic selections, etc. Biotechnologies are sitting on the dais. Agricultural biodiversity, can it save us? Nearly 60% of it has been already documented that we are eroding. Seed from commercial or farm-based production. We have seen that even in dry lands, introduction of a single technical intervention in the form of change in the variety has made wonders, even in dry lands. So how come we can sustain the farmers produced seed and smallholders? 80% of them are smallholders. Are they better farmers? Or land consolidation is required to go for a big mechanized farming? Agriculture technology, mechanization for everyone. Today are a water scarce country or a water stressed country. We have to look into these issues. Another important thing is in future, probably knowledge management will play a very important role, agro-knowledge management. Agripreneurs will be the major players, not just growing crops is adequate, marketing intelligence, tying up with the market, because today farmer will choose a crop based upon the cost, risk and return. He will not just choose the crop like that. So these are the things which we have to look at, and keeping this in view, so I thought that there are also implications for education. My colleagues, vice chancellors share that we have come out with a fifth Dean's Committee report as far as the curriculum is concerned, education curriculum, which has sustainability component also as well. So we have made a radical changes in the curriculum. The first year deals with basic courses, traditional courses. Second year deals with modern technologies. Third year deals with talent and skill. And fourth year is purely entire field practicals we have. So we are looking at people coming out of as graduates from the university should be skill oriented people, so that they will either become entrepreneurs, they will either become, they can choose any of them, either a career in the corporate. So the curriculum is or they can pursue their academic studies, higher studies. So the curriculum is designed to meet these requirements. So there is a need for framework on sustainable agriculture, both at the farming situation level, watershed level, and as well as regional, national and international, global level. So having shared this with you, sustainable agriculture is possible and is already being practiced successfully in many places around the globe, but in pockets. It has the potential to boost yields and feed the world's growing population for a century or more without destroying the resources we need for our survival. Rising awareness of sustainability among policymakers, entrepreneurs and consumers is essential if sustainable agriculture is to be implemented in both developed and developing countries. Moreover, the required knowledge must be shared with farmers and the right framework conditions must be in place. Policymakers must commit to sustainable agricultural development. Associations and civil society must be strengthened, and markets and market access must exist. All of these things are feasible if there is the will to act. So, having said this concluding remarks, I thank the organizers for inviting me and asking me to share my views on this sustainability concept and the theme of today's seminar. And I hope that the August gathering, the papers, the presentations that will be made during the 2 days will lead to valid, relevant, field implementable technologies and help the farming community to come out of the distress what they are facing today. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.